Just your overall impression first, please, Rohan.
Yeah, we weren't good enough for long enough in most parts of the game. I thought at stages there we looked like we were clawing it back in the second half, and the scoreboard was getting closer to on track. But we weren't good enough with possession in that first half, particularly to put a bit of fatigue into the other team. And they're very good players playing on the front foot, which made it hard to claw it back. Losing a few players with injury was part of it as well. But overall, we just didn't defend. We weren't able to defend our goal line as well as we have in other games. But part of that was the position that we put ourselves in.
So losing Tom and Ash, how are they, and how much of a turning point did you think that was?
No, they're both gone to hospital to get checked. Tom had, he's been feeling unwell after failing the HIA, and Ash has got a possible cracked rib, so they've both gone to get checked out. I don't know if that was a turning point, but it certainly didn't help. And we had to dig deep last week. We lost a few early in the game as well, and had to dig deep and to a point to get back to 16-8 and be in it there. We were probably not. Yeah, we were probably on the poorer side of the two teams at that point, but it was close. The scoreboard got close, so and there was a few opportunities there to really get into it for an exciting finish. But overall we just weren't good enough today.
Your thoughts on the Momirovski no try?
I tend not to spend too much time watching replays of anything because you can't change it, and it's a roll of the dice. So I would only say you have that many replays because it went for a long period of time. So I'm assuming there was a lot of replays looked at, and it goes up try, and it comes down no try. But I thought it was an extremely close call.
Just give us an insight into how tough it was rolling interchanges with only two people on the bench tonight.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. You want to have your best players out there when you're chasing the game, but also you got to have them with petrol in the tank. So there's no exact science there. The interchange maps go out the window when you lose a winger and a front rower early in the game. But I thought it's one of those games. I don't think the scoreline reflected the battle that it was, but it's a pretty harsh lesson to take as well. 55
minutes from Micky Higham either side of half time was some effort as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mick's got a great motor, and he's had a little bit of a disrupted patch there earlier in the season, but he's got his motor going now. So I think that's something that Micky can do on a not every week necessarily, but definitely sometimes play that whole first half and see how he goes and into the second half. And that's what we needed today when we lost Holroyd, and we've got a bunch of other forwards unavailable for selection. So,
just your thoughts on being able to give Ned McCormack his Super League debut tonight at 19?
Yeah, it was a tough gig for him to get out there at that time, but I felt like if we had a bit of position or possession, he might have opened him up there with his footwork. And it's a great story. That kid, 12 months ago or so, he was playing for England under-18s rugby, and he's really accelerated well through Woodhouse Grove. Have done a great job with his development as a person and a player, and he's been into our academy system last year and really progressed through the pre-season. And he's one for the future, but it was nice to get him a taste there. He's a terrific young bloke, and a lot of people have put a lot of hard work into his development. So it was nice on that regard. But we'd wish we played better to celebrate it.
Just lastly for me, how does next week pan out with no game at the end of it?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of training planned next week anyway. It's still relatively early in the season, so we're not feeling like we need a break. We need to get some work done. So that was the plan, regardless of tonight. So we'll get some work done and build up to the next match.
Thanks, Rohan.
Rohan, can you put your finger on what went wrong? Why you didn't defend your goal line as well as you have done in past games?
No, we had a couple of lapses there, and when you put yourself in that sort of position on the field against high quality players, Williams and Dufty are as dangerous as any players in the competition on their day and when they get the opportunities to do so. And we've managed to defend our goal line pretty well over the course of the season, but tonight we had a couple too many lapses, and a lot of that was built on the back of the pressure that we created on ourselves by not finishing enough sets and not ending up in position on the field.
Do you think players got a bit frustrated towards the end?
Probably you'd imagine every game where you feel it slipping away, you're frustrated and disappointed and agitated and lots of different emotions. But we probably tried a bit too hard there in the end. At times as well. We were chasing the game, but the game was gone, which made the scoreline blow out a fraction more than it probably deserved. But in the end, we were second best today.